All right, this was going to be my review of the Marshall Mathers LP2, and you can see I took notes. Like I took notes, and here's more notes and stuff that I took on it, and but I didn't finish listening to the album, so I'm going to talk about what I did listen to, how I felt about it, my reviews of what I did listen to, and I'm going to talk about why I didn't listen to it. I'm going to talk about why I didn't finish it. Um, let's see. First thing before I get into the actual album, I want to touch on something I wasn't going to talk about during the review because it didn't have a place. But since I didn't listen to all of it, and I don't have any current plans to finish listening to it, I'll touch on it briefly. And it's production. Um, I don't care if people have a different sound. I really don't. Um, a lot of songs on here didn't appeal to me because that's just not the kind of. And I don't mean just music either. When I say production, I just mean how songs are made. Period. How they're cutting at it too. Um, music right now, but we're going to focus on the music. I wasn't a big fan because I'm not. I'm in a different sound right now. A lot slower uh, bass and non-traditional stuff. Pianos and shit. That's what I'm into right now. But it didn't even matter, and I wasn't going to bring it up because I didn't listen to an Eminem album to hear the music. I listened to an Eminem album to listen to the lyrics because he's a lyrical assassin, and I'm gonna give you that. Like he's great lyrically, got really great delivery. Um, so it didn't matter. He's one of the few people I'd listen to without music. Like I wouldn't. It didn't matter to me about that. But I wanted to touch on that. You know, I wanted to leave that out. Um, so let's just jump right in. First song on the track was "Bad Guy." Um, Song is 7 minutes long, which is accepted. And people say like Rap God was 6 minutes long, which what I don't even think we'll talk about it, but we'll talk about Rap God, and it's 6 minutes long, but it doesn't really feel like it's 6 minutes because he's just burning through, and I don't know, but it's 7 minutes 15 seconds long. There's some nice lines in there, some good lyrics in there, and I have no problem with that. For a lead off song, I was okay, which is then again it was a lead off song. I was like, okay, it wasn't terrible. Next track was Parking Lot, which was a skit, and this started to tie into production. Why was there a skit? Why was there one skit included in a song in an album? You know, you got a 16 track record, and you have one skit. And not only that, you name the skit the Marshall Mathers LP, which has multiple skits anyway. I didn't see the point in having the skit in there at all. Um, it didn't serve a real purpose to me uh, to put that in there. Um, Three, Rhyme or Reason, uh, sample, sample. They even Eminem will sample apparently. Um, I hated that song. I really did. There's no if or ands that I didn't like anything about it. I didn't like the lyrics. I didn't like music. I didn't like anything about Rhyme or Reason. I think it's one of my least favorite songs he's ever done. It might have been bad as that bagpipe song. I hate that one. Like those two might be the worst songs he's ever made in his life. They really are. Um, I don't know. It was just terrible. I didn't. I, I'm gonna move on now. I really am. Um, Track four, so much better. Um, I was a real fan of the production on that. I was a fan of the music. The editing was great. The second verse was fire. Um, at the time, that was it's my favorite song on there. Um, First verse was a little weak. He came out a little flat, and I liked it though. I really did. That was fine. Track five was Survival, and I mean I don't like that song anyway. It was stupid. It was stupid when it came out, and it's stupid now, and it's just him talking about. I don't even know why they put it in the album. They shouldn't have. It's more pointless to be in the album than that skit, the retarded skit. They had no place in there because what he talks about in Survival, he's talked about in several other songs before. Honestly, like Survival was like, what's it called? Recovery. It's like Recovery just condensed into one song. It really is. Um, and I wasn't a big fan of Recovery. I liked it, but I wasn't. It wasn't my favorite. It was like my least favorite um, at the time. Uh, but at this point, I'm starting to notice. He's making a lot of references to things. They're just dated. They're really dated pop culture references. Like, there's no point in, like, why would you still be talking about things like this? You know, Later on, he's talking about, waking up next to the ugly Kardashian. I'm like, yeah, we already know about Khloe Kardashian. She's been ugly. She was ugly before you dropped your last album. We knew she existed and she knew she was a man. Why are we still talking about this now? I'm like, also, and sometimes it's like, I wonder why he doesn't bring up, why ain't he bringing up Ryan Seacrest and Limp Bizkit still, Once you drop a Mariah Carey in there, which I think he does. I think he might drop Mariah Carey's name in there. I'm like, why are we still talking about that? Like, dude, I understand, but like, some dated references there. I don't know where he's at mind wise, but not in 2013. And, feel like he hasn't been, these aren't old songs. Like these are all recorded recently since the last album, and probably after that. Like I feel like all these were recorded like the last 2 years, um, and most of that in the last year. So I don't know. Um, see, next track was what? Legacy. Yeah, it's pretty good, and I don't have any problems. It was a good song. Average. Asshole was next. I was a big fan of that though. I really liked Asshole. Yeah. Um, it's just a throwback. That's something. This is the kind of song that belongs on my Marshall Mathers LP too. Asshole. That's the kind of song that needs to be on there. Much like Rhyme and Reason, like it felt like it belonged. And there was another thing I had a problem with. Um, the more I listened to it, the less it felt like the Marshall Mathers LP2, and the more it felt like just an album. Um, this wasn't the two. This wasn't a sequel. This is like Cabin Fever 2. Like it was okay. Like I didn't have a problem with it, but it sure as hell wasn't a sequel to the original. It wasn't. This is completely different. And and I understand that you grow and change as an artist. So like I'm not knocking that, because he's at a different time in his life. I don't expect him to do drug raps and shit anymore. That's fine. Like you don't have to in violent. I don't care. You're 41. I'm not going to relate to it anyway. At this point, I don't want to. Like I don't want you. Like you establish you're a different person through relapse and recovery. Like you're in a different part of your life than what you were when you first came out. Which, like I said, I just question the naming of Marshall Mathers LP2 because I feel, at least in my eye, that set the bar a totally different place than what it needed to be for that album. And that was another problem. I feel like a lot of songs here, he would never put this shit in. Like Marshall Mathers LP would smack the shit out of Marshall Mathers LP to Eminem. Well, the Eminem from back then would smack the shit out of him for saying even having this on the album. He really would. Um, Track 8 is Berserk. It's been out for a while. The more I listen to it, the less I like it. And this ties back into like these really old pop culture references. And I thought, it was cool when that came out because I hadn't heard the rest of the album. Like throwback beats, classic beats, harking back to the Beastie Boys and shit. Like, cool, you know. But like I said, you get really old references throughout. It's like watching The Simpsons sometimes. Like, there's a while there, The Simpsons were just behind on everything that they mentioned, you know. They're late into the 90s and they're mentioning the Cosby still. It's like, okay, Cosby's haven't been on in years, you know. But whatever. Rap God. Probably second best track on here. Um, because I was really into Brainless. Brainless was Brainless is pretty good. I really like that. Once again, that felt like it belonged on there. Um, it was supposed to be there. Um, that's that's like a little Slim Shady showing out again. A more mature Slim Shady, which is good. Like, because you can do that. You don't have to be Slim Shady in 98. You don't have to. That's fine. I'm like I said, I don't have a problem with that. But Slim Shady 2 is not Slim Shady 2. Brainless is real good, and that's why I like it. There's nothing I don't have anything bad to say about that. I really don't. It was just good. Um, Next to Stronger Than I Was and The Monster. I lost interest really quick during the Stronger Than I Was because I was coming off this high of Rap God and Brainless back to back. Like those two, that's almost 11 minutes of lyrical genius right there. It really is. And then it's like mm, filler, and then I get The Monster, and I got 2 minutes and 40 seconds in The Monster before I stopped listening to it because I had to go home. I was at class when I was listening to this, and I left home and I haven't listened to the rest of it. I'm not a fan. I wasn't really a fan. I love the way you are. So I don't. I'm not sure why he keeps doing songs with Rihanna. Um, I like both of them, but together I don't know. I didn't like it. Um, and which is why we're going to get into why I stopped. Eminem is still a great lyricist, but I don't think there's any inspiration there anymore. Um, I don't know why he decided he wanted to make this album, but it wasn't because he felt like he needed to make Marshall Mathers 2. He wasn't inspired to make it. He made an album because he made an album. And I say this because there's a bunch of fucking filler on here. And the filler isn't even that good. Like, this is so pop, though. Like, these are not pop. Let me rein this in. There's a lot of the filler is really radio friendly, and I know we're going to see a lot of these songs on the radio. It's the worst part. Like, we're going to see these filler songs, these songs that I hate on the radio. Um, we're sitting here and I'm looking at this, and I'm 2 songs into it, or three. Yeah, I'm 2 songs into it, and I already think that he's made the worst album. This is the worst song he's already made, and we're 2 songs into it. And I can't do that. And I feel like if you're not going to, you know, if you're not going to, I'm gonna quote Mac Miller here, like, he feels like you should always go in on your music. And I feel like you see Eminem come out sometimes, as like, other than he's just, 40-year-old dude just rapping, and it's like, well, why do I care? And I'm sitting here and like, I know you were poor, and I know your dad was gone, I know your mother was a bitch, which another thing I have a problem with. That apology. I mean, I guess Bible teaches us forgiveness and whatnot, but the way she has been painted for the entirety of his career, for you to just, try to make peace like that in an album, like I thought she was the devil incarnate, and then you just the way it was just a shock, really. Um, that's a little later though. I don't remember what song that was on. I went to check it out. Oh, let me say this: I did stop it, and I stopped that monster, but I kept going. I when I talked to Will not too long ago, it's like, well, let me just run through the rest of these. So I've ran through the rest of them, and it's still nothing I like. Um, I'm not going to listen to these songs in detail. I'm not. Um, yeah, just Eminem isn't a hardcore rapper, I guess anymore. And I guess and I like I said, I can deal with that, but I did not see the effort there. Like I really didn't feel the effort in there. Like there was so little of him in this. Like he just made an album. He really did, and like I said, I didn't finish it because I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to sit here and waste my time to keep listening to a song or like an album that I feel like you didn't even fucking care about. You know. Uh, and like it's not even like he's sold out. Like I said, it's not like he was making radio songs because the label told him to. Like he just made songs, and like I don't have anything to rap about, but I'm going to rap because I've got a great delivery. I can got great wordplay, and I'm probably I'm one of the best lyricists of our time. You know, he's just made an album. Uh, it's not going to keep me from if he makes another one. It's not going to keep me from listening to it because I will. I'm going to listen to the next one if he makes another one, and but I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember the Marshmallows LP because by far, and as much as I hated Recovery, this is way worse. This is way worse because it drags. It really does. This is a long album. These songs are very long, and they're not really about anything. There's no substance in them. You know, there's nothing behind them lyrics in a lot of these songs. 20 minutes. Uh, I guess that's it. I'm dead. Don't even fucking listen to me because what do I know about music? You know, what do I know? I mean, I like Relapse. I like Relapse a lot. No one else does, you know. But I can relate to that. Like that's the one I could really relate to as a person. Like I really that one talked to me on a personal level. So maybe that's why I like it so much. Maybe that's why I'm a little more forgiving. But this one is just he can do so much better. Um, no, he's not the best rapper alive. He ain't the best rapper anymore. But if he keeps messing around with shit like this, he won't even be like the best white rapper because Mac Milla's coming and he's coming hard. He really is. He's making some. He's doing some things right now. Mac's really doing some things right now, and I don't know. I grew up liking Eminem. I remember grew up thinking he's definitely, but he's got to step his game up because he's capable of doing it there. He's way smarter than that. And I guess that's it.